And we are back here at the GBA, that's Government Blockchain Association's signature event, the future of money, governance, and the law, here in beautiful Washington, D.C. I have with me here David Luftglass. He's with AI Grants. I was just telling him, I told my wife about this one. This was so interesting last night. So tell me a little bit, David, about AI Grants and what brought you here to the GBA event.
Yeah, thanks, Bruce. I really appreciate it. So AI Grants is really all about leveling the platform and getting capital in the hands of every person and organization that really needs it, that wants to drive impact and change to the world. So it's an all-in-one platform for grant applications. Basically comes down to a few easy steps. First, we'll collect all the information about a group, a company, an individual, a school system, a government agency, or really anyone that's looking for funding. And then we'll use that to train an AI brain on the back end that's then going to go out and find every relevant opportunity in the grant ecosystem they should be going for. That's anything from, $10,000 grants for women-founded company to $250,000 grants for small businesses, and there's basically something for everybody. Once we find that opportunity, the AI is going to come in and write the first draft for them and help them take it to the finish line, taking that 100-hour process down to about 2 hours.
I mean, it's pretty cool. So just to give you, we've done a lot of work historically with the blind and with autistic kids, but I know the process of getting grants, and sometimes it's daunting. It's so daunting that you just don't do it. Sometimes you're just like, all right, well,
Yeah, we hear that a lot. It's almost limited to the people that either have extra time or extra resources to pay someone else to do it. So the people that actually really need these funds that wouldn't be able to function without them get missed and get left behind.
Yeah, exactly. And even finding a good grant writer, because these people are usually busy. Okay, they're usually doing something else. It's not like once you're at a certain size, then of course you can have your own grant writer. But for the most part, if you hire a grant writer, they're doing other things as well.
Yeah.
And so how much can they focus on it? So tell me a little bit about your history. How did you have this idea?
Yeah. So I've been a serial entrepreneur for a number of years. Started in the cryptocurrency space, went into some regulated markets, and then into special economic zones and some other spaces. Always been interested in emerging technology. My mom was the chief information officer for Fairfax County Schools, so I was kind of her beta tester from birth.
That's funny.
So yeah, it was all about basically how do we look at something, make it simple enough that kids can use it, and then scale it to millions of users was kind of my whole upbringing. So I was just kind of lucky to be in the right place at the right time, and surrounded by some AI geniuses that were building some similar projects that we could scale into this.
That's really cool. Well, Fairfax County, that's their stomping grounds. That's one of it's I guess the biggest probably county. No, it's not. I don't know biggest, but it's a lot of population. Population in Fairfax County is massive. There's a lot of people there. So that's pretty interesting. So you're from the area, you still live in the area, traveling a lot. What does your travel schedule look like?
Usually running around to different conferences.
Okay.
I spend a lot of time down in Uruguay. I've got a lot of friends and projects down there on the real estate and special economic zone side. I love LA. My brother lives out in LA. Do a lot of business in Utah with the venture community there. So it's always somewhere new, always meeting new people and just learning from those that are doing cool things.
That's awesome. Well, it is so fun, right? And I'll tell you, as you get older, it gets harder and harder to travel around. Even now, with my 14-year-old, I'm glad I have a 10 or 9 and a 14-year-old. I'm glad I did a lot of traveling before, because now, as they get older, you think that it'd be opposite, but as they get older, they actually need you around more. Is what I'm finding anyway. So, taking a 100-hour process and streamlining it down into 2 hours. I mean, it almost sounds too good to be true. What kind of success have you had with the system?
So we've had a lot of success in our testing. We're actually launching this month, so we don't have user data or success to point back to, but we've got a lot of confidence in the system we're building, and a big piece of this is it's all based on success. So we don't make a dollar until someone receives their grant, they're approved, and they've won the whole thing.
All right, we're good. Well, that's pretty interesting. So that's the model is that the success fee comes afterwards, and then how much is that?
So it depends on the type of organization. So it's anywhere from 5 to 20%. We've got much lower fees for nonprofits, students, veterans, and we've got a lot of discount programs to make it very accessible. Mm-hmm. The average fee that's charged by a normal consultant or lawyer in the space is at least 20%. So really we wanted to make sure we're never charging more than what the customers are used to. And we do it all on the back end, which is really a different model. for a long time, grant writers have kind of built this thesis and this message in the ecosystem that charging on the back end is the wrong way to do it because it hurts the writers. But it's the way things should be done. I think people should be rewarded for success, for doing good work, and for really pushing things forward and doing what they came there to do.
Well, that's amazing. So then, like for the average person, I mean, how many grants are out there? I mean, is there a lot of grants?
Oh, an incredible amount. So tens of thousands, almost 100,000 grants in the U.S. alone. Last year, for example, there was over $1.3 trillion of grants handed out in the U.S. And that's money you don't have to pay back, non-dilutive capital, doesn't come out of your cap table, just helps you grow, helps you innovate, and build the things that you're building.
Well, that is really amazing. And I asked if you'll be at Consensus. I don't think you're planning on being at Consensus. Are you going to be somewhere else during that time, this end of the month?
Always somewhere different. I'm going to be at AI Week doing a panel next week in DC with Eric Schmidt's group. And then, new panels every week. So I'm not 100% sure where I'll be. So there is a chance I'll be there. My schedule's only planned out about 2 weeks out right now, and then a couple commitments over the next couple of months that we're 100% sure we'll be. But the good thing about this is we can be in any room, and it's the right room because this is really for everybody.
Yeah, so it's really cool. I will probably have some questions. I definitely want to try it out. So it's AI Grants. What is the
AIgrants.co.
AIgrants.co. Watch that. I think I'm going to try it out for sure. Absolutely, I'm going to try it out. I can't wait for it. One of the things that you mentioned is the blind, but we did like blind hockey. We did different types of blind sports.
Nice.
I can't wait to try it. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me, Bruce. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'll see you soon.
All right. See you soon.